Hi, my name is Angelina Rodriguez, and I'm reading the Bible out loud to you in a way that's easier to understand. This is the book of Genesis, and we are on chapter 50. Joseph threw himself on his father and wept over him and kissed him. Then Joseph directed the physicians in his service to embalm his father Israel. So the physicians embalmed him, taking a full 40 days, for that was the time required for embalming. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. When the days of mourning had passed, Joseph said to Pharaoh's court, "If I have found favor in your eyes, speak to Pharaoh for me. Tell him, my father made me swear an oath and said, I am about to die. Bury me in the tomb I dug for myself in the land of Canaan. Now let me go up and bury my father. Then I will return." Pharaoh said, "Go up and bury your father, as he made you swear to do." So Joseph went up to bury his father. All Pharaoh's officials accompanied him, the dignitaries of his court and all the dignitaries of Egypt, besides all the members of Joseph's household and his brothers and those belonging to his father's household. Only their children and their flocks and herds were left in Goshen. Chariots and horsemen also went up with him. It was a very large company. When they reached the threshing floor of Atad, near the Jordan, they lamented loudly and bitterly. And there Joseph observed a 7-day period of mourning for his father. When the Canaanites who lived there saw the mourning as the threshing floor of Atad, they said, "The Egyptians are holding a solemn ceremony of mourning." That is why that place near the Jordan is called Abel Mizraim. So Jacob's sons did as he commanded them. They carried him to the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave in the field of Machpelah near Mamre, which Abraham had brought along with the field as a burial place for Ephron the Hittite. After burying his father, Joseph returned to Egypt, together with his brothers and all the others who had gone with him to bury his father. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, "What if Joseph holds a grudge against us and pays us back for the wrongs we did to him?" So they sent word to Joseph saying, "Your father left these instructions before he died. This is what you are to say to Joseph. I ask for your for you." They're slick. They're trying to cover their tracks by saying their father said something, like gave him an order. Well, let me just read what they're saying instead of assuming. But yeah, you feel me? This is what you are to say to Joseph. I ask you to forgive your brothers the sins and the wrongs they committed in treating you so badly. Now please forgive the sins of the servants of the God of your father. When their message came to him, Joseph wept. Joseph wept. Okay, so he found the letter moving and believes that his father said that he needs to forgive his brothers for everything that they did. And if you guys are just joining, Joseph's brothers were jealous of him because he's a reader of dreams. And when they heard him tell about a dream saying that one day they would bow down and worship him, or not worship him, but pay respects to him, they sold him into slavery. They kidnapped him, sold him into slavery, and told his father that he was dead, that he had been eaten by wild animals. And he went through a lot of stuff. I mean, he got put in jail. He was sold into slavery. He got put into jail, and he still came out on top, and he still became just as strong as the Pharaoh. And here he is saving people from famine, and his name is known throughout many, many nations all over the world. And here they are, finally fearful that their brother will retaliate for everything that they put him through. and saying, you know, well, it was our father's dying wish that you forgive us. Yeah. All us 80s babies call that slick rickinum. Anyways, moving on. So Joseph wept. His brothers then came and threw themselves down before him. We are your slaves, they said. But Joseph said to them, don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then, don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children. And he reassured them and spoke kindly to them. See, he's awesome. He's boss. That's why God put him in the position that he put him in, because he's capable of, number one, following God's commands and hearing his voice, knowing his voice when he hears it. Number two, having faith endlessly all the way through all the trials. I mean, everything. He remained in faith with Christ, or with God, the entire time. And he's also capable of forgiving for everything and anything, because he knows it's what he's supposed to do. It's the right thing. Joseph stayed in Egypt along with all his father's family. He lived 110 years and saw the third generation of Ephraim's children. Also the children of Machir, son of Manasseh, were placed at birth on Joseph's knees. Then Joseph said to his brothers, I am about to die, but God will surely come to your aid and take you up out of this land to the land he promised an oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Joseph made the Israelites swear an oath and said, God will surely come to your aid, and then you must carry my bones up from this place. So Joseph died at an age of 110, and after they embalmed him, he was placed in a coffin in Egypt. So I think it's very, very interesting, because everybody else that has died before Joseph's father that has been written about in the book of Genesis just dies. And now you see the process of embalming. So mankind is evolving. And I'm not saying like their physicalness is evolving. What does evolve, because we all know that the evolution of man from a homo genus, me and my science, is a lie. I mean, we were created this way, and this is the way we have always been, and this is the way we will always be. The only way that we begin to change is because of chemicals on the outside, and on the inside is because of the good or the righteous or the unrighteous works that we do. And that is the changing of our soul, our spirit. But this we see is the evolution of burial. That we do are what evolves. Our architecture, our art, our language, these things do evolve. And the way that we took care of the bodies, the flesh after death, has changed throughout the years, and it is well documented in the Bible, as well as we see that people are beginning to be embalmed per request. All right, so guys, guess what? We just finished the entire book of Genesis, and it wasn't so bad. I mean, usually it's an absolute snore fest, but we made it through it together, and I look forward to reading the book of Exodus with you. If you want to finish reading Genesis, and because you just like jumped in, all you got to do is find me at Jesus is a DJ on my YouTube.